Hello. Hello. I am really excited about today. I'm going to give people just a couple minutes to hop on in. Not even. Ooh, fancy countdown. I know, right? So exciting. Tell me who's here. Say hello. Tell me where you are in the world. It's always fun to connect with someone who lives somewhere where you know, or you've been, or you also live, even though I know we're in total still social distancing, not traveling land. So tell me where you're from, where you're watching from. This will not take a huge amount of time, I promise. I am just really excited. Hi, Lou from South Louisiana. I bet it's hot down there. It's hot up in New York here, so I can't even imagine. I am excited about this announcement. I feel like this is something, like I feel like I just discovered something. Like there was this secret magic treasure chest that no one knew about, and I stumbled upon it by accident with a little help from my friends. And I'm excited to share what I think this could do for you in your music career. So that's exciting. So hello. Happy Friday. Happy Juneteenth day. And yeah, we'll give people like 30 more seconds. You know me, I like to start on time if you know me. If you're in the Key of Success community on my mailing list, you've done one of my programs, you've been in the Key Elite, which has been my mastermind for the past 4 years, then you know me and I'm fairly prompt. The mastermind started to become a daily mastermind. The monthly mastermind turned daily when COVID hit. And that was a decision I made to support people that were social distancing alone and for people that lost a lot of gigs. And so, you know, I was like, let's just do this. What else am I doing in the middle of the day? So we started meeting daily for almost an hour, and we are in the 15th week. So that's, you know, 5 times a week times 4 is in 1 month. So 20 times a month we've been doing. It's like so many times we've met, and every single time I've started on time to the minute, except for the one day my dog died and I had called someone ahead of time to take over for me. So I like to be prompt, and I'm talking about my promptness to give some people a little bit of leeway to hop on and watch. Tell me where you're from. If you haven't already, it's really good to see you. I know this is piped into my In the Key of Success Facebook group. And I also decided to throw it onto YouTube because why not? Who knows who's on YouTube? So I'm going to be giving you, I'm going to tell you a quick story. I'm going to share my screen, make this announcement, and then I'm going to give you some crazy value that I want you to take into the weekend and think about for yourself. And it might shift something. No, it will definitely shift something for you in your music career. And I've made a presentation and everything. So this will be available after both in the group and on YouTube. So if you need to check out, go for it. But I will be answering questions live here. So I won't be doing that when it's done, because then it won't be live anymore. You know how that works. So first things first, welcome. If you don't know me, which you probably do, my name is Cheryl B. Engelhart, and I am a musician, singer-songwriter, and a composer. And I also am a musician career coach. And that is a lot more to me than just giving advice. It's not just sharing what I did that worked and hoping that you do the same, because there's honestly, we all know this, there's like a million ways to do this music career, right? I'm actually trained as a coach. I could have a career as a coach, but I don't want that. Because I love music. Welcome to my studio. And this is what I do full time. So right now, some of the projects I've got on deck for me are I'm doing some work with a couple of social justice choirs. I've been doing work with them for about 5 years, creating pieces in that space. I have another really weird music like scoring project, which is kind of fun. And then I am working on what I'm about to announce to you. So one of the things that I always am looking at is what's next? How do I level up? And that phrase, tell me, who are my, like, I'm always looking to level up people? Like, you live in the world of what's next. You are my peoples. So tell me, say yes in the comments if you are like yes, I level up. Do you guys hear my dog growling? He's like, I want to be in on this conversation. So we're going to let Enzo in. Let's find Enzo. Come on. Little guy, you want to come in? Did you just pee? No. Here he comes. Little Enzo. So excited about this conversation that we just had to bring him in. Say hi. Enzo, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Okay, so we're talking about leveling up. Enzo leveled up. He got rescued by us. We consider that a level up. So I've always thought leveling up just meant doing more work or doing the work I've been doing, but doing it better. Like I released a CD. I wanted to sell 10,000 copies and I sold 100. That was me like 16 years ago, making goals for myself, like having no idea what was possible, no idea what I was capable of. And every time I released a CD 4 times, I was like, big goal. And then just like didn't do it the right way and just kept like trying different things and like none of those things worked. So I was like thinking I was leveling up or thinking I was playing the game of leveling up, but like not seeing the results of someone who is actually leveling up. I tried a lot of different stuff, y'all. Like a lot of different stuff. Who are my throw the spaghetti against the wall and see what sticks people? Yeah. So that was kind of my whole career for like 10 years. And I started to get small successes and I started to turn those into slightly bigger successes. And I was still trying to figure out like, what was the formula? Like what would have this one thing be a success and this other thing like not be a success? Like I couldn't quite figure it out. So 4 years ago, I started In the Key Elite, which was a monthly membership call where we kind of set goals and shared wins. And I would give a little bit of a lecture on some topic in the music industry, whether it was a mindset thing or talk about licensing, or maybe there's a tech issue. We would just have a conversation and really create a little community. And it was lovely. It was so great. And then when COVID started, I decided to go every day. And that group grew and grew and grew from like 10 people to 60 people. And having conversations with people both online and off, I started to have to really articulate what was happening for me. And what was happening for me was that I recorded a record somewhat spontaneously in August. You guys may have heard of it. It's called Luminary. It's a piano ambient record that I recorded during a residency in Greece in a little half-abandoned mountain town with goats and a lot of dogs. Like there are so many stray dogs, like so many. None of them look like this though. None of them. And I came back and I decided I wanted to get this record on the Billboard charts, played a game with my fans, tried to get on the Billboard charts. Billboard changed their rules 2 weeks before it got released, didn't get on the Billboard charts, got #1 on iTunes and Amazon though. So some crazy things are happening and now I'm playing a Grammy nomination game. So for me, I have been leveling up this entire record release process and I've been looking at and racking my brain, what is different this time around? What is different? And I was like, it can't just be because this is my first new age record versus pop records. It can't be the genre's fault that everything else was kind of like a not seeing the results I wanted. And let me get real clear. The results I wanted. So that's a thing, right? A lot of us are like, wait, you sold 2,000 copies of that record and you toured in Switzerland. Like, that's amazing. You're a success. They were not the results I wanted. So that's something that I know I've had going for me is I've always had clarity around what I've wanted. That's a little hint into what I'm going to get at, by the way. So here's the thing. The spaghetti is great in the beginning. Throwing spaghetti to the wall, seeing what sticks, totally a tactic we want to do in the beginning. At some point, it's time to get intentional with our careers. Time to get intentional. I also knew this. This is not the secret, right? Hey, Wanda, good to see you. Lou, so thank you so much. Really sweet. Yeah, love some good clarity. Because here's the thing, and we all know this, like somewhere intuitively, if not explicitly, that if we are not clear on what we want, how are we going to ask people to step up and contribute and help and be part of the journey that we're on? Like if we're not clear, they're definitely not going to be clear. So that was always something I knew. I knew that my second record was created to help support my touring. So we did it pretty much live in the studio, so it would sound like the shows we were doing live. The third record was all about licensing. I had an orchestra on it. I knew that's what I was very intentional with why I was creating my records. So I was intentional. I was clear on what I wanted. I had these very specific goals. I just was never hitting them. Like what was missing that was not allowing me to level up. And so what was present in the past 10 months that have me feel like I am leveling, like I feel the energy of leveling up. I'm seeing the results. I'm making hundreds of dollars a month on just this single record. And that's never been a thing on sales, like on CD sales. Like that was never a thing for me unless I was touring. I would make all my money from CDs just when I was out on the road, right? People love the nostalgia and I had this great line of like, you can take me home with you tonight in the form of a CD, all that jazz, right? So I've been studying and talking to musicians, and I have this amazing community. And I see some of you here. I'm really excited about that because I'm going to show you something that's coming up. And I started to come upon it. I started to figure it out. And that is why I've decided to take this monthly mastermind where I temporarily decided to go daily, which is bananas. I mean, how many of you talk to the same people every single day for an hour? We do, which is amazing. But also now it's like, all right, we've got so much motivation and inspiration and support, like such positive support. It's like, it's time to do some work. like I love seeing it, but let's restructure this. So I have been restructuring, rebranding, and I'm really, 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 really excited to announce this. Keisha, I went to all the places and your website, and it kept saying that it was waiting for you, and I couldn't watch your show. So I'm going to go back and watch your show. Happy birthday, Keisha, member of our community. Obviously, we got to celebrate all the wins, even the win of being born. So here's what I want to share with you. I'm going to share my screen really quickly, and we're going to hop into a quick little announcement. But I'm announcing that July 12th is the new membership, the new restructured, totally supportive, the most affordable thing on the internet for musicians. And I'm going to tell you the secret of what I figured out and how it can totally transform your career and what this whole membership is going to be based on. It's 100% like this is what our focus is. And this is for people that are in it for the long haul. This is not like, I wonder if I want to play the guitar the rest of my life, or I think I might just want to like play in a band this summer. Nope. Awesome. Go do that. That's amazing. This is for people that are like, this is in me, this music thing. And I'm going to do this for the long haul. Doesn't mean you can't ever stop, but that's what we all have in common is we are doing some sort of performance, and we're not even all songwriters or composers. Like there's a whole bunch of different people here, and anyone that's creating something and wants to level up and make money and a living or create a fan base and connection, whatever their goal is for you, that's what we have in common. So we are working towards whatever that thing is. So let me share my screen, give you a nice quick announcement here. And then I'm going to give you a little quick presentation and come back and we're going to do some questions. But here we go. You should be able to see this gorgeous little thing here. So it's called Amplify. The new membership is called Amplify, and it's going to be open July 12th for a very short amount of time. I'm closing the membership until 6 months, for about 6 months, so I can focus in on loving on all of the people in this membership. All right. That's kind of awesome, right? I can't even tell you how excited I am about this. So let's talk about why this word amplify is so cool. First of all, I'm going to stop sharing, and you're going to let me know if you saw that. Because if you didn't share it, if you didn't see it, I need to make sure that I saw it. So I want to talk about this word amplify. So it's a music term, obviously. Like we have our amplifiers, we plug in our guitars, and we can turn up the knobs and everything like that. The cool thing about the word, the thing that got me hooked as like, oh my God, this is the word. And someone's got to type in the comments, yes, we saw it. Okay, cool, thanks. The thing about this word amplify is you can't amplify nothing. You can't amplify nothing. You have to have a little bit of sound in order to amplify it. So what we're doing is we're taking the sound of our careers, and we're blowing it out of the water. That is what's happening. So I'm going to go back and share my screen because you guys were so awesome and told me that it was working, which makes me soups happy. And so take a look at this. So I just want to show the logo here. The logo is headphones. And you notice that it's not about the sound out there. It's about what's happening in our heads. So there's so many courses out there about marketing. I have one myself on email marketing. They're all focused on what's going on out there. A lot of this work, and I do focus on this in my email course, but this group is all about working on yourself. It's kind of like the airplane, like put the oxygen mask on yourself before you can like go out and help others. That's kind of what we're doing here. We're taking a look at how do we work? What do we know about ourselves? And how can we use that information to level up? The other thing that's so interesting about amplifiers, you put an amplifier on a stage. The amplifier does not care how many people are in the arena or the stadium or the audience or the coffee house. The amplifier's job is to turn up the volume, right? Is to take the sound and amplify it. So I just see so many posts and courses and teachings about everything about getting more followers, getting yourself out there, but never taking a look at what's going on for you. Never taking a look at how do you occur in the world? How are you clear on what you want, right? So let me go into this really quickly. Some of the way we operate is, we see so much stuff out there. Like, you all are in this world because you are looking at, my assumption is that you are interested in learning more for your career to level up or to do what you're doing better or faster or more efficiently, right? So we have all these things we can do. We can be pitching, or we could just be writing songs. We can be learning in a course. We can be determining, like, what is it that we want to be doing? Am I clear on my goal? We can be just maintaining, like responding to emails. We get stuck in promotion, monetizing, trying to make money off this thing. And then we're like, oh, I don't want to do any of this stuff. I'm just going to go back to writing songs. So then we're creating, then we're preparing, like, oh, I need to like do the copyrights and put this into ASCAP and like all this stuff. And then we're back to pitching, and we kind of like get overwhelmed with all the things that have to happen here. So what if those went away and we were able to look at this more as a process that's linear, or for me, cyclical? It's a cycle. And it starts with the phase one of just learning what it is that we want to do, like maybe taking a course, learning some skills, experimenting a little bit here, and then determining what it is we want this time around. Then we can go into the world of creating and making. And sometimes that's just creating the songs in the album, right? Maybe it's creating supplementary material like promotional videos and all that sort of stuff. From there, we go into preparing and sharing. And when I say sharing, I don't mean promoting. I actually mean getting feedback from other people on our creation. It means creating a team and having to share with other people what you're up to and seeing who's going to contribute and be a part of that. Preparing is like all the admin work and the research that you got to do so that you can do the next phase, pitching and promoting, really effectively. And then, of course, the fifth one is monetizing and maintaining. And maintaining means really like, okay, let's go back and tweak a couple of things, but we're responding, we're doing more work, we're able to make money on this, and we're able to take that money and reinvest in ourselves and go back into the learning and determining phase, but this time better. We're going to go higher. So I call this the musician's success cycle. And here's the thing I've learned that totally blows my mind. And I think this is the secret sauce to leveling up, is figure out where you are in this cycle as an artist, not just for the micro, like you might have a project where you're creating something and then another project you're promoting. I'm not talking about on a project level. I'm talking about you as a human being, as an artist, as a creator, as a career musician. You are in one of these phases, only one. You might be transitioning from one to another, but you're in only one. And I think the thing I've stumbled upon is that when you can determine which phase you're in and then own it, like own the crap out of where you are, and don't have that shiny object syndrome where you're beep, 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 all over the place, you're going to be able to really, really level up. I see a lot of people that are like, I'm good at writing songs, I'm going to do that, but I'm going to think about promoting them and pitching them and get really stressed out. And then you're not doing the creating process any service. You're doing a disservice to it, right? Because you're all over the place. A lot of people skip phase 3 of like setting up their website, doing the research they need to do, figure out their branding. Like, you can't skip that phase, because when you go into pitching and promoting and says, oh, can you send me your press kit, or can you send me what's the metadata in here? And you haven't done that, then you're scrambling again. We want to eliminate that. That scramble is the overwhelm that so many of us feel in our careers. So for whatever phase you're in, when you can own it, and by the way, there are very specific things to do in each of these phases to know when it's time to exit that phase to the next one. And that's what this whole Amplify group is about, is owning where you are, figuring out what you need to do, declaring that out loud, getting support, doing the things, and then seeing the results come in. And the results will be the thing that tell you what's next. It's a very cool process. And you just keep going around and around and around and around until you are leveling up, and you keep going through the cycle. You keep going through the cycle, right? So I do sounds really well. Thank you. I haven't even gotten started, you know? So that is what I'm really excited to announce, is that I figured out this process. I'm getting this trademark so people can't steal it. The musician success cycle. I haven't seen it anywhere. I searched and searched and searched. I had a team of people searching for, like, has someone figured out what it actually takes to level up? And is there some sort of way to support musicians long-term in doing so? No and no. Until now. So I'm about to show you what it's going to look like to be in the Amplify membership. But if you're like, yes, this is something I want to be in, I don't want to miss these 4 days, please go to inthekey.co/amplify and get yourself on the wait list. I'll be sending you some goodies. You're going to get some insider deals and all sorts of things. But I'm about to tell you what the structure is going to be. So for people that have been in the Key Elite, which I now have changed to, they're my preamps. I think that's cute. They've been in my membership that I've created for some people 4 years, some people just a couple weeks, but we are now all, they're giving me feedback. This is like so awesome because it's not just me like creating something I hope you like. We've created something that I know musicians that are working at a long-term career are going to love. Like I can't even get over the collaborations, the cross-promoting, the support that people are seeing on their social sites, not just in our own little group. It is like dripping out into everyone's careers. Like you can't not move forward in this group. It's just like, it's impossible. So if you want to get in on this group now, and don't worry, I'll be telling you more about it in the next few weeks and I'll give more details, but I'm going to quickly go through what it's going to look like. And the people that have been in the group for a while don't know this yet. So this is brand new information. What is the structure? What's the monthly structure going to look like? Because obviously I went from a monthly call, it's $37 a month, to 20 calls a month. Also $37 a month, a little not as sustainable, right? And a little bit overwhelming now that we're back into like a little bit more of life and things happening. So I've really been working hard. You guys, I have a whole freaking binder of work I've been doing, trying to figure out what's the structure that's going to be the happy medium that totally supports all of these musicians, that keeps the intimacy and the support, but also has a chance to grow and get this out to more musicians who totally need this. And I don't use that word need very often, and I don't use it lightly, but I think that a coaching community where you get access to someone who's trained to listen to the best version of you and hear what you want and help you get clarity on what actions to take, and also get support from all these other musicians and get some cool content and learning. It's like a whole thing that's not meant to overwhelm. It's not everywhere. Like it's not like a thing that is really like, it's not everywhere. So I'm really psyched about it. If you can't tell, because I have been leveling up, and I think this community is a huge part of that, and the accountability and just knowing that I don't like to be in a group where I don't see the leader doing the work as well. So here we go. It's time to level up. I'm playing a Grammy nomination game. That's big for me. It might not be someone else's interest. It doesn't mean you have to play my game. We just need to figure out what yours is. And the funny thing is about this group, it's like, it's not extra work. It's actually doing the work that you would be doing anyway, but you're doing it faster and you're doing it better and you're doing it with better energy and you're doing it more supported, and you're probably going to like not make mistakes that a lot of people made because everyone's sharing the mistakes they made and they're also sharing the wins they had. And you're like, oh, I should do that way instead of that way. I got it. Speaking of my finger being here, boop, go there. I'm going to share my screen again, and we're going to go back into what I want to show you that I'm really excited about. So I'm going to show you what it's going to look like to be in this group. We're going to open the cart July 12th. It's going to be open for four days. In that time, the last couple weeks of July, we're just going to like have such a blast. And let me show you what this is. Hold on, I got to get out of here. Wait. Boom. Got to share my screen first. So here we go. Back to sharing my screen. Share screen. You saw the success cycle. So awesome. So let's play that. So here we are. It really is learning and determining, creating, making, sharing and preparing, pitching, promoting, monetizing, maintaining. You are then able to invest back in yourself and go back to phase one and do it again. And here's the thing. You don't go through any process and master it the first time through. So the second time, the third time, you're going to just keep getting better and better. And I think that a lot of people get to pitching. Well, I pitched and promoted. I guess I should go do my next album and go back to phase 2 and create and make. But you didn't even give it a chance in phase 5. So wait, what? So we want to master each stage every time we go through this, right? So that this is what is this group is going to be based on, what Amplify is going to be based on. So let me show you what this is going to look like for you in your life, because it's going to be so convenient and super fun, and also just like the thing that is going to get you through the months, like just killing it, right? So when you first join, there's going to be this foundational material that we're going to cover. We're going to have some happy hours. We're going to create power pods. This is going to be your accountability group that you get until the next time the cart opens. So for 6 months, you'll have a group of 5 or 6 people that are going to be your power pod, and we'll define what that is. You're going to get access to some core content and an assessment to help you really determine which one of these phases are you in right now, which is awesome, because once you've determined that, there's going to be very specific actions to take, and it's going to give you permission to focus in on what you're doing. So that's what's going to happen first. Then we're going to start a regular monthly schedule of this. Week 1, you're going to get a video lesson and a worksheet from me. There's going to be a theme every single month. It might be making money. It might be time management. It might be, there's so many good themes. 12 of them, in fact. So you're going to get some sort of content lesson that will be sort of the theme in conversations, but not necessarily always. Also in week 1, there's going to be a live Q&A that we're calling Amplify at 5, which means wherever I am in the world, because I tend to travel a lot when there's not a global pandemic, 5 o'clock my time, which is generally New York Eastern time, we're going to do 5 questions at 5 o'clock. It's probably going to be more than 5 questions. So it's a Q&A session. And after this live Q&A session, there will be breakout rooms that will be hosted on Zoom for now. And you're going to get to know people in your community, not just your pods. In week 2, we're going to have a really cool call called Unlock the Block. This essentially is going to be hot seats, coaching. I'm going to be working one-on-one with individuals. You have to submit ahead of time, and we're going to talk about whatever block you have that's stopping you from hitting that next level. So it might be a tech block. It might be like, I've tried all the things and I still don't get any money. Who knows what it is, whatever it is for you, we're going to do some live coaching. And if you're not being coached, you get to watch and listen for, how is this me? How is this person experiencing the same thing I'm experiencing? And you're going to get coaching without me even needing to talk to you. So that is going to be like super valuable and amazing. Also in week 2, we're going to have another call that's called Sound Bites. And this will be, we'll change it up a little bit. It might be a guest lecture. It also might be me talking more about the theme of the month, digging in deeper. For example, if it's time management, I might share my calendar and talk about how I handle to-do lists and how I handle my inbox and all sorts of things. And then we'll have a time to talk with the community again in breakout rooms, where you get into small rooms and get to know each other and work through whatever it is you're working through. So you'll be left after the soundbite with very clear things to do to make sure that you're leveling up in this month, right? We'll declare, of course, I love a good, let's declare the champagne win. How do we know that we did our goal? We're going to declare that in week 1. Week 3, this is going to be the money week. Week 3 is implementation week. This is not nothing week. This is the week to catch up, do the things, possibly meet with your accountability, your power pod, whatever that structure is that you guys create. But this is where you crank. You have half the month left. And it's like, all right, what do I need to do this week? So that the beginning of week 4, we can show up and we can share our wins. Another soundbite session. This is wins and goals, because now we're coming towards the end of the month. We want to set up, all right, what do we need to do to finish this month strong, and then set up for next month? So we're going to be able to share. This will be a community call. Everyone gets to talk if they want to. Again, breakout rooms, tons of community time here. And then we're going to kick out, end the month, whatever you want to say, with the In the Key concert series, which we've been doing weekly on Instagram. It's been awesome, but we're going to make it a bigger deal. It's going to be more awesome. We're going to promote it. Promote it more than I've been promoting. I would announce it I'm going live in 5 minutes. But it's going to be, members from this community are going to be able to use my platform, whatever is the biggest one at the time, to do this In the Key concert series. And we're going to grow it together, and it's going to benefit everyone, right? That's what communities do. So just a real quick, The talks, the live stuff that's community stuff is the Amplify at Fives, the Unlock the Blocks, the hot seat coaching, and the soundbite calls. And then you also have the community online and all these other things, right? So this is why I'm so excited. You want to go to inthekey.co/amplify in order to see this and sign up for this. And here's some of the things that I'm just, this is all just makes it so crazy worth it. When you're on the wait list and then you sign up from the wait list, you get the Perfect Pitch program. Anyone currently in the program, you're going to get the Perfect Pitch program too. If you don't know about this, like thousands of musicians have done it. And like literally everyone is like, oh my God, I made like $3,000 more a month because of this program. So I'll tell you more about that later, but you basically want it. Bonus 2 is you will get all of the past videos ever from In the Key Elite, but it's a searchable video vault. It's by title. If you're like, I'm really stuck on this licensing question, you can go look for or like, I've been feeling overwhelmed. There's so many calls that we talk about overwhelmed. The Q&As that we've been doing, the questions are actually searchable. So you'll be able to go and find exactly where your answer is within those videos. You're also going to get the online community. Obviously, right now it's in a Facebook group that may or may not transition over to a different platform, which is awesome. But either way, there is so much love going on in this online community. I can't even tell you. And it's like the best place to be online. By the way, like a membership, like a community is not a Facebook group. A Facebook group supports a real community. So if you're like, oh, I don't need a membership, I'm already in this Facebook group, there's not that real-time interaction. There's not that stand that people have, meaning like I'm standing for your success. You can't get that through a comment thread. You can totally support a stand in a Facebook group. So I just want to encourage you to look at this as a support versus the thing, right? The fourth bonus is that I am working with several music industry partners to get you exclusive deals from within the membership. And that includes massive discounts on my programs. And that's a whole nother thing that can have you level up within my In the Key of Success Academy. But you're going to get tons of partner deals, really cool stuff. And I'm really excited about those. And I'm keeping those under wraps until they're all finalized. And then the last bonus is that there's actually an app for this program, which is so crazy. You can just log on, see all your stuff, like find the calls. There's a calendar that you can sync up to, so you'll never miss anything. And all you know is that you're going to be going through this cycle at whatever pace you're going at and figuring out what it is you want and getting it, and then repeat and rinse. And every time you do it, you're going to get more supported, really step into your leadership, step into what is possible for you. So I can't be more excited about this. I hope that you are too. And I am going to be talking about it a lot in the next few weeks because I think that it's really important. And as I look at what has had me have my successes in the past 10 months with this record luminary, it's community. It's community with these musicians. It's community with my fans. I treat them as an accountability team. I wrote an email. If you guys don't know this story, I will tell it quickly. I wrote an email to them a couple weeks ago. I said, hey, I just found out that it's possible for an indie artist to get a full page ad in Billboard magazine for their Grammy preview issue. Should I do it? It costs normally $10,000. And I asked them if they had an indie rate, and they do. And I woke up the next morning to dozens and dozens and dozens of emails, not just people saying, yes, you should do it, but people saying, yes, you should do it. Where can I contribute? One fan was like, I will match $2,500. If all the rest of your fans raise $2,500, I will match $2,500. And I was like, okay, game on. I did not run a Kickstarter, did not do anything like that. All I did was create a quick one page in about an hour, made a little like thermometer graphic that took most of the time, and put my PayPal link and my Venmo link. And within 48 hours, we raised $5,000. And I didn't even think that that was going to be a thing. I was like, should I do this? I was thinking maybe I could put on my credit card and, it's not a big deal. I mean, I'm very lucky to say that I could definitely have like saved up a couple months and made that purchase like not be a big deal for me. But they already know what I'm up to, which for almost 20 years, 16 years has been Grammy, some sort of Grammy thing. I've just been like sort of stuck on it, but it's been so clear that I've been stuck on it. So when they were like, oh my God, you have an opportunity to like get in front of like all these Grammy voters, like you should totally do this. Like, this is totally aligned with you. I didn't even need to ask for it. There was no call to action. That community showed up for me because they were really clear on who I was. And I was owning where I was in that process. I am in stage 4 as an artist. I am pitching and promoting the heck out of this record, and out of who I am I am pitching and promoting as a human being right now. I am showing who I am as a stand. Like, we have been forced to figure out our stand in a lot of stuff. And right now, that's what I'm doing. Pitching and promoting doesn't just mean like, hey, we put my music in a TV show. It's actually like training the world who you are. And then that can come back to you. I'm very excited for my phase 5, but you guys, I'm not in phase 5. I'm not in phase 5. And that's why I know a lot of musicians that are in this group are in stage 2, 3, and 4, because we're hanging out together, right? So this group is a collective level up. Our wins are each other's wins. I am now calling this Billboard ad our ad. That's how I showed my fans. I was like, hey, here's our ad in Billboard magazine. Halfway through, not even in the back. It's like in the front half. Really, really, really cool. So that's how this works. I strongly invite you to sign up for the waitlist. I don't know how many people are going to be interested in this. I'm hoping a lot. And I do want to keep the integrity of the intimacy. So there's a small chance I'll cap it. I can't say that I will right now because I don't think that's a thing yet. Who knows what's possible? So get on the waitlist. I will honor anyone that is on the waitlist 100%. So get on the waitlist. You will know all the things. I will tell more about this. And yeah, ask some questions. If you have any questions about what this is, or if you should get on the waitlist, or if this is for you, this kind of membership, or if it's going to take away from anything that you're working on versus enhance it, I would love to hear your questions and address those today, tomorrow, over the next few weeks. I think that I think we are onto something, and seeing what everyone is up to in this group and seeing the change that we've made in a short 3 months as a community and as individuals is remarkable. And I want you in it. So I'm inviting you to officially go to inthekey.co/amplify, get yourself on the waitlist, and you'll get some stuff from me right away. You'll get my email workbook, which is always a great thing to wrap your head around, is how are you communicating with your fans right now? So let me know if you have questions. I'm happy to answer them online or off. And thank you for being present with me in this presentation. And I hope you're as excited as I am, because I think we're going to be doing really, really awesome things together in this Amplify group. So come amplify your career. Let's see. I heard another really great tagline. Plug into your potential. We've got all sorts of Amplify rhyming words too that's going on in the game in the group. It's very fun. So come for the rhymes, stay for the results. Ooh, that's good. That's like a good tagline in general. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Hit me up with any questions at all. Go get yourself signed up inthekey.co/amplify. And I will see those of you that are in the group next week. And I'm really excited about all this. All right. Bye.